All right, y'all. So we got some big news to talk about real quick that I think is exciting, and that is Kimmy K3 is rumored to drop tomorrow. And for the most part, it's looking like it's going to actually happen. I've seen some pictures over on Twitter from people on Terminal being able to select the model. You have a picture right here with the K3 and K3 Agent Swarm. And we are also getting rumors, salutes to the homie DFI. He has stated that this is going to be a 2 billion plus parameter model, which we'll talk about because that is the main purpose of this video as well, alongside with Kimmy being a part of the secondary part, right? But Kimmy K2.6 is the current model. Now, there was the 2.7 code model that dropped. And as you can see from the benchmarks alone, the model 2.7 was slightly behind it on the overall index. From even the coding aspect, they were pretty much behind. So 2.7, I don't, from these particular benchmarks, was behind, right? But the reason why this is important to me also follows up with what happened with High 3, HY3, as well as this other model, Bonsai 27B. So today, right now, for some reason, everybody's dropping these 1-bit models or 1-bit quants of models. And these 1-bits are pretty much on par and not really losing that much intelligence. So we're seeing more and more that these models are being able to be compressed to 1-bit and still retain a lot of its overall intelligence. Now, that is very big because we're going to get to a point where some of these models are going to be unable to even run locally at a 4-bit or at an 8-bit or 16-bit just off of just the consumer hardware, right? And what I mean by that is like GLM 5.2, I'm currently running that at a 4-bit and I'm right there teetering on the limit. As these models continue to grow and go from, 700 parameters to 1 trillion parameters, or, and I realize he said 2 billion. I mean, I think he might meant 2 trillion. 3 trillion, 4, those, it's just going to get harder and harder to be able to run that hardware at a 4-bit type of serving, because it's just, that's going to take thousands, hundreds and hundreds of, maybe not hundreds, but a ton of sparks to run that, right? But what we are seeing now is that models are being able to be shrunk down to 1-bit and still retain the intelligence. So with this particular model, they got this baseline 16.4, this is Intel 4, INT 4, and then 1-bit. And when you see this here, look at this overall. So from baseline, top of the line quality, right? 57, it drops down only 4 points. Right here, it drops down only 3. Right here, it drops down only 3. Right here, it drops down only 3. Right here, it drops down only 4. 1, 6. I mean, my bad, 3. My bad, my math's off. But my point is, we're able to run these models at 1-bit and still retain pretty much all of its overall intelligence, benchmarks, all of that. They just dropped Bonsai 27B, which shrunk this 54 gigabyte model down to just 3.8 gigabytes. 93% shrunk down while retaining 90% of its intelligence. And yeah, that's insane. So what that means is, as we continue to see this happen more and more, this is where we got to start realizing that running 1-bit is probably going to be the new norm. See, let's put it this way. Running a 1-bit Opus or Fable 5, if you were able to run Fable 5 at 1-bit, it is probably going to be better than running DeepSeek V4 Flash at 4 bits, even though it's been shrunken and compressed down all the way. And I think we're going to continue to see that more and more. Yeah, you could run this model at 4, bit, and this model at 8-bit, but you can run this huge model at 1-bit, and running that huge model at 1-bit still beats out running these other models at 4, 8, or maybe even 16. So that is where we're headed right now. I'm ready. Like I'm seeing that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, Kimmy's gonna drop a 2 trillion. GLM might pull up in their next, GLM 5.5 or 6 might be a 1 trillion parameter. I can't no longer run it at 4-bit. I'm barely squeezing that 4-bit, but that 1-bit still retains 90% of the intelligence. Yeah, it might be actually better to run that than trying to figure out running one of these other models at a 4-bit. Yeah, I can run it at 4-bit, but it still doesn't even equate to the 1-bit of the bigger model. So what I'm saying is, prepare yourself. This is where we're headed. We're headed to the 1-bits and the 2-bits. And I think that this is going to be fun. And as that continues on, we're seeing every day, every single day, compression, there's loopholes, there's optimization where they can squeeze it down to one but still retain. It's happening every single day I'm on here. I'm seeing people do things. The community is crazy. Local is going to win. And maybe local is going to win. Okay. It's going to win. And cloud will find a way to win in its own shape or form. But we will be within this by the end of this year. The stuff that we'll be able to run on our hardware, we'll be able to do the tasks that we do on a daily basis. If you want to start doing some crazy building, yeah, maybe you need the cloud models. But even right now, for 90% of the work that people out here that use Chat GPT for, DeepSeek V4 Flash can do that. Our GLM 5.2, which I run, can handle those tasks. You have to start thinking outside the box to where you start needing cloud. Majority of these models right here that we have, from 54, I would say all the way down to, I'm just thinking, guys. I mean, even this Quinn 397B A7, like these are all great. They can handle it. Gemma 4, like the numbers might, oh, this is agentic. That's all I say. They were looking a little too low, but yeah, I mean, Haiku is like still like good for the majority of the work that we do. Now, if you're someone that needs that building, you need to build out something, I definitely get it. You're going to want to run cloud. You're going to want the best of the best, and I get that. But from once you build it out and you need to maintain building, cloud. Maintain, local. That's how I operate. I build with the cloud. I maintain with the local. I don't build with the cloud and then maintain with the cloud. That's just a waste of money. I could technically build with the local too, but it's going to take a little bit longer off of basically decoding in tokens per second. I've built a couple things just off the cloud, but what I do is I build with the cloud, maintain with the local. I see all to say though, be expecting to be running more 1-bit models in the near future. It might sound crazy now, but I definitely see that that might be the route to go. I definitely see that it is going to be something that is going to be good to run and okay to run. 1-bit sounded crazy at one point, but like I stated before, if you could run Fable 5 or Chat GPT 5.6 Soul right now at 1-bit, you are probably going to have a model that is still better than what you can run at 4-bit. And I'm just seeing that happen with Bonsai, and I'm seeing it happen here even with High 3. And maybe I could be slightly off or slightly wrong. My point is the optimization is going to only continue to get better, and that is where we're headed, and that's where this is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts and opinion down below in the comment section as always. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.